Typical Manchester United. We turn up when Ollie's back is against the wall. Everton 1, Manchester United 3, and I don't know about you, but I'm just frustrated. I mean, it's the flick of it. It's like a flick of a switch with us. It's like one game we were decent, then another two games were crap, and then the next game we're good again. It's frustrating. Um, you know, and the thing that frustrates me is Ollie's not getting the consistency out of these players. He sort of has this sort of underdog mentality. Now, in fact, our whole team has it, whereby when we go into teams that when we go oh sorry not teams when we go into games we're not expected to win, we win. Whereas when we play the so-called lesser teams, no disrespect, and we expected to win, we just don't. I think after the PSG game, we were expected to win against Chelsea. We didn't. We went into Leipzig, we won. We expected to beat Arsenal, we didn't. We were expected to beat Istanbul, we didn't. And today, no one expected us to win. Not even most of our fans expected us to win. We did. That's just the luck. That's just the luck that we have. Anyway, onto the game itself, the team selection. My God, I nearly just didn't. I just didn't want to watch the game at first. Maguire, Lindelof, McTominay, and Mata. Look, Dino was absolutely pocketing him, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Mata is just, he's done in the Premier League. I don't know why Ollie starts him, but then again, he starts McTominay and he plays Maguire and Lindelof, and he plays Twanzebe at left back. So but I'll get to that later on. First 5 minutes, it's the usual energy, Duracell bunny, from us. And I think after that it was just like Everton got a hold of the game, and if you look at the first goal, it's Pickford kicks it long. Lindelof for some reason is marking Calvert-Lewin, who's good in the air, and Lindelof isn't, and Maguire's just his third man. Pickford, kicks the long ball. Maguire doesn't deal with the first ball. Calvert-Lewin gets it to Bernard, and Bernard, shoots it through Wan-Bissaka's legs and scores a goal. It just looks... when it comes to Harry Maguire, he's basically a full Jones, but without all the own goals. That's what he is, and he strikes me as a player, and it's ironic because he's our captain. He strikes me as a player that just doesn't want criticism, that doesn't want responsibility. He's over 6 foot. He's tall, good in the air. If there's any player in that game that Maguire should have been marking and taking responsibility for, it's Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's so good in the air. We've seen it game after game after game if you've watched Everton. Why was Lindelof marking him? That's just something I don't understand, and I don't think that's not an Ollie. That's on Maguire. Maguire is the captain. Maguire should be telling Lindelof, listen, I'll mark Calvert-Lewin and you win the second ball, or the first ball. Again, I just hope by a miracle, some miracle, that we get another centre back. But the scary part is Harry Maguire is not going nowhere. He's gonna start every game for as long as Ollie is manager, probably. So we're stuck with him. We came back 2-1, and you know, what would we do without Bruno? What would our club be right now without Bruno Fernandes? Bruno Fernandes is keeping Ollie in a job. Let's make it. Let's be honest here. 2 goals and an assist today. I felt he started off. His start wasn't that good, but you know, everyone around was average as well. First goal, Luke Shaw puts in a very good cross. Everton's defending was appalling today. In fact, Everton as a whole were quite poor today. But their defending especially, Mason Holgate especially, was poor. Luke Shaw puts in the cross and Bruno has a free header. And the second goal is a cross from Bruno. Rashford, I swear he has his eyes closed on that header. He just doesn't want to head the ball. I think he jumps up. I think he misses the ball, and it throws Pickford off. It's one of those crosses where it's a cross and it's just curling, and it's curling in and it's creeping into the goal near that back post, and Rashford doesn't touch it. It throws Pickford off, and it goes in off the cross pretty much, and it's 2-1, and that was pretty much the first half. Second half, we saw Everton sort of try to get back in the game, but it was more just, I think their biggest threat was just the crossing in from the corners and the free kicks, and they didn't do, they couldn't do that much from open play. Decore had a couple of chances, but he can't finish. He's not a finisher. We see, the thing is, we played in a 4-2-3-1. Again, we protected the back four with Fred and McTominay. So I mean, whenever, and that's the other thing. Whenever Ollie is in danger, he always reverts to that 4-2-3-1 with Fred and McTominay protecting Maguire and Lindelof, and then we sort of don't concede as many. Everton were poor as well, so that helped us, because they didn't do much from open play. Most of it was from corners, set plays. I thought in the second half Maguire was quite good. Showed his aerial prowess, like he should have done in the first half for that first goal. But anyway, Everton weren't really in the game. Can I just say, by the way, the amount of times those Everton players were trying to send Bruno off the pitch. Like, Bruno was on a yellow card, and every time they were just trying to fish for that second yellow card for Bruno. Every time Bruno made like a small contact, Alan would go down. And then another Everton player, like small contact with Bruno, they just go down and be like, ref! Yeah. Man, fuck Everton, okay? Okay, listen, they've injured Van Dijk. That's probably the only thing they've done good, but fuck them, man. Bloody cheats. Like, Jim Beglin was saying it during commentary, like, there's no professionalism, there's nothing. There's no sportsmanship. It's just, we win by any means. We'll just be filthy cheats if it means we're winning. We win the game. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, they didn't win, so who cares? Um, yeah, and then towards the end, we brought on Pogba for. Who was it that we brought Pogba on for? Oh, we brought him on for Mata. Mata shouldn't have even started, to be fair. And Martial, who I thought was poor today. To be honest, when it comes to Martial, I think he's just had enough. I think he's fed up of this club, and I don't blame him. We haven't given him anything. The best thing he's won at this club is probably the Europa League. We've probably promised him the Premier League and the Champions League. He's probably tired of this club, to be honest. I wouldn't blame him. Anyway, Grandpa Cavani comes on because he's pretty much a grandpa in my opinion. He's old as shit. Rashford wasn't that good today. Again, you're talking about the inconsistencies of this team. Rashford, just one game, Leipzig scores a hat trick, and then Arsenal, Istanbul, and now Everton. It's just like that hat trick, like seemed like a million years ago. Anyway, yeah, and then at the very end, into stoppage time, Fergie time, or should I call it Ollie time? Bruno Fernandes. It was Bruno Fernandes and Cavani pretty much on the counter attack, and Bruno, he cuts inside. He looks like he's gonna take the shot, and then he slips a very sly pass to Cavani, who obviously finished it there. He's not that old that he won't finish that. You know what? I'm happy for Cavani. I just I feel like Cavani is the most meme signing we've ever made. Like, signing Cavani sums up where we are as a club. Just an absolute shambles. It's just, I just like, cool. We have Cavani now. It's I hope it's Zlatan Ibrahimovic part 2. I hope that he's just not match fit. He's never been match fit this whole time, and hopefully, after the international break, he is match fit, and he can deliver like Jota is delivering for fucking Liverpool. So yeah, but look, we win a game, and all of a sudden, for some fans, Istanbul and Arsenal is just a distant memory. Ollie in, and then got the Ollie outers, and it's just a whole one big confusion. But for me, it's frustrating, and I think one thing that sums up United top to bottom is this short-termism. Okay, United as a club right now, from the board to Ed Woodward to Matt Judge to the lack of a director of football, to our manager, to our coaching staff, to our players, what it's done is it's kept our fan base in this limbo, right? Where one minute we're like super excited, we've beat PSG 2-1, beat Leipzig 5-0, and then 0-0 Chelsea, lose to Arsenal 1-0, lose to Istanbul 2-1. It's a limbo, and that's what this this club has done to us. It's left us here, and where we are right now is pretty much where Liverpool used to be, and also even where Arsenal was under Wenger, like a few years, like that few years up until when he was about to retire. would lose against the crap teams, and then um, when it came to the bigger games, they turned up. That I think that's where we are as a club, and I think, to be fair, that's where Everton was as well. You know what I mean? Everton used to turn up for the big games and lose to the smaller teams. That's where Everton used to be. Um, I think that's just where we are as a club, you know. And I think as a fan base, we sort of just have to be. Well, I think we just have to get real that this is where we are as a football club. I'm not saying lower expectations. We should all, you should be happy when your team wins. I'm quite happy, but it's disappointing to know that our club is where it is now, and the way it's happening as well. I mean, from top to bottom, from the Glazers who are running this club into millions of pounds of debt, to Ed Woodward, who is just so incompetent at his job, but is so power hungry. He can't see his own incompetence. He thinks he's doing a good job. He's convinced himself that he's doing a good job. You have Ollie. Oh well, firstly, the lack of the director of football. Then you have a scouting department that's poor. Then you've got, Ollie, who was always out of his depth at this job. And then you've got, players that should have been gone years ago, but are still here on big wages. And pretty much as much as we want to promise titles, realistically, we're not in any sort of title contention. We're just not. Our best achievement is top 4. That is our trophy. It's top 4. Look, I have faith. I have faith that one day the Glazers will leave, and someone, hope it's me, by some miracle, I hope it's me, but somebody will come in and rebuild this club like FSG is doing with Liverpool, and awake the sleeping giants that we are. But yeah, that's my thoughts. We've got an international break now. International football is so crap. Let's be honest. Yeah, until next time.